Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today for your Sunday, we don't have a Sunday series, but it's going to be a very long macro game between a TY and Serral. Bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player, it is Serral. And in the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Terran player, TY. Yeah, should be excellent here. Both players are at the top of their game for their respective races. And I'm expecting a lot of things. I'm expecting excellent play. I'm expecting battle cruisers. Okay, maybe I shouldn't expect that, but I would like to see that. Because, yeah, battle cruisers are really fun to use and defend against if you are Zerg, but not for me. This cast is weird. Alright, maybe I shouldn't cast when I first wake up. 16, 18, 17 here from Serral. TY going with 1 Rax Expand here on King's Cove, the latter edition. This is from Home Story Cup. There are a lot of great games from Home Story, you guys. I didn't cast the ones that I wanted to cast. Well, all of the ones that I wanted to cast, so I'm going to do them now. Overlord Scouting. Scouting for proxy racks. Not going to find them because there are not any. Hit that like button if you're excited to see what TY versus Serral has to bring. I'm assuming this is going to be a Reaper because he is SCV scouting. If you're not going to be making a Reaper, then SCV scouting at this point is, you know, a little bit of a waste of time. This is Pyromaniac, having dreamed that the Easter Bunny got sick on the eve of Easter. Did I already do this one? Pyro set it upon himself to proxy in the duties, less sad as despair. I did this one already. Never mind, we did Pyromaniac already, guys. We're doing Edmund Honda. Honda was a sumo wrestler who could throw out 100 slaps in a few seconds. He was a terrifying opponent for anyone who faced him in a street fight. One day, Emperor Mengsk called him to buy a car. Honda thought that this was just another prank call. Did I just select on that? I did. Just another prank caller, so he hung up on the Emperor, and for that act, Honda was tightly stuffed into a Reaper suit. Yeah, Honda's a sewer wrestler, man. I don't know if he'd fit in a Reaper suit. Good luck with that, dude. Anyway, the Lings are out, the Queen is out. We're going to do the dance. How many kills will this Reaper get? I'm going to say 0. You ready for 0? I'm ready for 0. KDA charge ably dodged by the Zerglings. Lings running out of Lings that are healthy here, but the Queen pops just in time. And 0 kills on our Reaper Edmund Honda. I apologize. His name is Edmund Honda. Ooh, might get a creep too. Oh, never mind. Kind of a... Oh! Got the kill. Got the 1 kill. Never mind. Exceeding expectations. And the SCV's here to block the third base for Serral. Ah, such a great play. Terran players should do this. Just send an SCV down, use it to scout to see if it's a 12 pool, and then block the third with it. And then have the Reaper come down and force the Queen to come all the way over. And then your third base is going to be late. This is so cool. This is so great out of TY. I'm serious. Terran players should all just do this. I know it's 1 SCV off the line for a while. But if you're SCV scouting anyway, which you should be doing, keep it down here for a couple extra seconds. Delay the third base and make Serral take his third after the 3-minute mark, which he doesn't want to do. Anything that you can force Serral to do that he doesn't want to do is going to be good for you, friends. Really, really good for you. So let's see, this is posting in April. Oh, I hope April is treating everybody better than maybe March did. March was kind of a rough month with the coronavirus and whatnot. I don't know, still working from home. Kids are still home from school. Trying to spend money at local restaurants and stores so the economy doesn't collapse, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. The state of Utah did not do a total lockdown. There's a lot of people to go to do takeout and drive-thrus and things like that. Yeah, stay healthy, stay safe. I really hope everybody's practicing social distancing and not spreading the virus and not getting it themselves, because that would be a bummer. I hope everybody stays great. Nice KDA charge, catching all 3 of those Queens. Well done, Mr. Reaper. And who's coming on down? Of course, it be Hellions. And then another drop into the natural. TY, Widowmine dropping. What is this, TVP? Yeah. Oh, and then Unbur. Oh, does he? Okay, well, getting some Widowmine hits here. Then picks up 3 of them, gets out, does not lose that medevac. Nicely done. Reaper in, gets another kill. Did the Reaper get a drone kill? Might have gotten a drone kill there. I'm liking it. I'm liking this from E Honda. He's still alive. Did the Hellions all die? The Hellions, yeah, both Hellions died. They didn't have any way to evacuate. So I don't know, pretty well held by Serral, I gotta say. Looking at 6 lings down and a drone for all of that harassment, I would have just died. I would have just been like, oh, my whole natural emitter line is dead to Widow Mines while I'm focusing on these Hellions that are also killing everything on my third. Huh. GG! Would have tapped right out. Income favoring TY for a little bit there. Dang, nice mule drop it looks like. But back down into Serral land as he's up 51 to 41 total of workers. Great Wall of Supply Depots is here. It looks like we're going Marine Tank, if I had to guess. Third base on the way here at 5 minutes. It's not a crazy fast third base like we've seen some Terran players do, but that's sort of your choice, right? Is either you go for the Widow Mine drop or you go for a third base super early. And TY just said, I'll just get my third base at a little bit of a later time. It should be totally awesome. Liberator harass helping in here right now. And I mean, if you're a new Terran player in StarCraft 2 and you're playing against a Zerg, you really have to figure this stuff out. You got to figure out how to harass constantly. We saw the Reaper harass. We saw the Hellion Widowmine Reaper harass. We saw the Liberator doing stuff. We saw the Widowmines coming back into the natural base, trying to make stuff happen. And, nicely done. Nicely picked off. Widowmine not sure what to fire on, but Queen takes the hit. Not too bad. 5 drones going down there, and we are just everywhere at the moment here. Liberator finally does get taken out. We're looking at 6 drones down, while TY is going to go ahead and land his third base as soon as he upgrades to an orbital command. And there it is. So honestly, so far so good from TY. I think he's done a great job slowing down Serral. I don't know that Serral feels all that comfortable taking a 4th base. He's not at the moment. I don't see any drones moving out either. So this is really fantastic out of TY. Look at that huge income advantage again. Bigger spike that time with the mules, with Serral pulling drones off the line. Banshee Cloak is completed right now. TY is in a fantastic position to actually win this game. I mean, we've seen some Terran wins on the channel recently against Zerg. Let it not be said this is impossible, because we definitely do see it from the Terran players. I have seen some comments that it's too hard for Terran to win against Zerg, which is an interesting argument, I suppose. I'm not sure that it really has a place at the highest levels of StarCraft. Nice job, Reaper. My gosh, 4 kills on E Honda. And he's alive at the 7.5 minute mark of this game. He might just make the Reaper Hall of Fame. I haven't had a Reaper that's made it into the Hall of Fame recently, but this dude might very well do it. +1/+1 coming in for Serral. For those Lings, Banelings, and Ultralisks, if we get there eventually, the fact that we're getting the +1 melee indicates that's what we're up to. But Hyperflight Rotors from TY. Oh, man. I love Hyperflight Rotor Banshees. We don't get enough of those, honestly, in these games. Here come the double Banshees that are cloaked. They could just kill these queens, probably, but they have bigger fish to fry. There you go. So queen down. Drones down. Lings and Banelings responding to this, but I don't know. I can't really help here, dudes. 4, 5 drones, 6 drones down. Minimal damage taken on those Banshees. Now, the trick with Hyperflight Rotor Banshees is they can't outrun Mutalisks, which you're going to make as a Zerg player to handle them, but they can outrun Overseers, even if they have speed. Ooh, these tumors going down. That sucks for this path. Really sucks for this path. The creep spread this way is going to be a little bit crappy for a bit. Third base, or 4th base, rather, being attacked. Nice timing by Serral. His game sense is just insane. He knows when to get up here, and he could... Oh, I don't know if that was a forced cancel. There was army right here. I think they could have saved it, but TY just being better safe than sorry there. Maybe a little premature on the cancel button, but it's all good. What are we killing SCVs with? I don't know. I really don't know what that was, but income kind of just bouncing back and forth here. There are peaks with TY, I assume with mules. Peaks with Serral, I assume when the mules wear off. Kind of even that way when it comes to income. It's 82 to 87 workers. Serral has a lot of drones and a 52 army supply of Infestors, Queens, Lings, Banelings. Going for +1 flyer attack and Burrow. Yeah, these Banshees are getting stuff done. They have the Hyperflight. 11 kills on that one Banshee. Really, really good stuff so far. Yeah, Fungal's a good way to handle him just because it slows him down and allows everything else to die. Are we Sky Terran today? Overseer sniped off. Man, if you can snipe off the Overseers, these Banshees are going to be even more effective. So Serral is finally taking, we got a 4th base, he's finally taking a 5th base here. As TY's 4th base is already up and running, I think TY is in a fantastic economic position. The supply is favoring the Terran player too. Kind of with this unorthodox Hyperflight Rotor Banshee play. I like it. I mean, generally there's a reason we don't see unorthodox strategies in these games is because they don't win all that much. But, you know, sometimes they do. Advanced Ballistics coming in from TY, increasing the range on that Liberator attack. Another base coming up from TY. Going for a 6th. Holy smoke. 6 bases at 10 minutes. He's playing exceptionally well. The harass has been effective. Not game-endy, but effective. 12 drones down is enough to slow down Serral a little bit, but he's still abjectly terrifying. He's getting his own 6th base here. 7th base? Well, there's 2 bases coming up, so one of them is a 7th base. The right side or the bottom side, I don't know what we're looking at. Corruptors are here to deal with the Banshees, but the Corruptors are definitely slower than the Banshees are. Nice fungal. Oh, that Banshee overstepping its bounds a little bit. Really wanted to kill some of those infestors, but the transfuse keeps it alive. And small marine attack, not going to accomplish anything because there are lings and maidens on the ground. They haven't had much opportunity to do anything. Nice angle of attack. Sniping down another one of those Banshees. Is TY continuing? Oh, we get battle cruisers. Hey, I didn't know. I didn't know we get battle cruisers, but we get battle cruisers. JLC is going to be so darn happy when he sees this. He is more of a Brood War fan, but I believe he does watch the StarCraft 2 as well. Corruptors here, might as well make Broodlords, right? I mean, that's what we're looking at here. Neural Parasite in production, Spire on the way. +1 Flyer Carapace being researched too. I think maybe he was planning on going Ultralisks, but with all of the Sky Terran happening, not the greatest of idea. Broodlords might be your better option. 9 Infestors in production. And TY, is he seriously trying to take a 7th base over here? He sure is. My goodness, TY's macro is through the roof good right now. Banshees, try to stay alive. Very low HP, even lower than usual because they're super bruised. They're beyond bruised. They're like mortally injured back here. Oh, they're getting spotted. All right, well, the Banshees are dead. About 6 kills on that Banshee, not too shabby. High-sec auto-tracking coming up. Turrets coming up on the edge of the creep. The creep shall go no further, says TY. And got landed Vikings in the mix. The problem with Broodlords is there's already Vikings out. And there's already battle cruisers out. I don't think this can be Broodlord. I think this has to be Corruptor Infestor. Like Lingbane Ravager. Yeah, taking down missile turrets is definitely something you want to do if you're Serral. He's got another base here. Yeah, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases for Serral. And TY, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 himself. So Serral is staying up a base, but it starts being less effective once the Terran player has more bases overall. Like 3 to 2 bases, sure, but 8 to 7 bases, not as much of an advantage, just mathematically, you know what I mean? So fungal on the Vikings, and then what? I don't know. You have enough fungal to chain fungal these boys down. And most of them will make it back home. Actually, all of them do. Not too bad. Viking, way to stay alive. Battle cruisers sneaking on in, south side. There's one spore here to defend against this. Nope. They're just going to ignore the spore entirely and snipe down the hatchery, which if you're going to beat a Zerg player, if you're going to beat Serral, you have to kill hatcheries. Watch out for the neural pair. Oh, he just jumps out as soon as the infestors arrive. Such a smart play. Sacrificing SCVs here. Because he knows he doesn't need these anymore. Man, this is such a long game, and it's crazy at 14 minutes. We're maxed out. We're getting banks at 14 minutes. This is the biggest, most macroist game I have seen on my channel in a very long time. These guys effectively just said, fine, we're going to both max out. We're going to take the whole map at 14 minutes. It is Broodlords. I didn't think we were going to go there because, well, I don't know. I guess you could defend against the Vikings pretty well with Corruptors and Infestors with Fungal. Transfuses here. Yeah, man, we're just going to see absolutely just kind of slow moving. Pokes here and there with Broodlords. Maybe some Ling run-bys. Nice burrow Zergling denying the drop of this base up here, too. Base taken by TY. There is one base that has not been taken yet, and it's this guy. We're placing the one down to the south here for Serral. That's popping at a good moment now, but yeah, one base available to take now. This is such a gutsy one to take here, too. If these Corruptors knew, I think they would just caustic spray it and shut it down, but the vision here by Serral is not quite omniscient yet. Ravagers and Banelings showing up. If that was a planetary fortress, that'd be a different scenario, but it wasn't quite upgraded yet. Bile parting shot there as the Corruptors, or the Ravagers, get out of there, rather. Battle cruisers hanging out. Here to defend as necessary. Porting in. Assimilation and then teleported into death. So first battle cruiser down there. You got to be careful with these BCs when infestors are around. Especially if there's just one of them. It will get knurled and it will get killed. If you have a group of 8 or so, maybe not as much. Harder to do for the Zerg player for sure. Planetary up here on the left side base. More sacrificial SCVs. Now that is the benefit of being Terran in late game. Is you can sacrifice your SCVs. Oh, landed Vikings accomplishing some crazy stuff over here on the right side. Actually, gonna go ahead and take down this base. Are you kidding me right now? They do have +2 attack and +2 armor. Pushing up the middle. Serral trying to make something happen there, but hatchery goes down. Second hatchery of the day, and then you just lift off when the Lings show up. Not too shabby. Creep is pushing up in this planetary for TY. Battle cruiser sneaking down the left side, while the main attack up the middle for Serral is just, it is just so slow. It's so slow to accomplish anything. But Serral is not anything if he's not patient. Oh gosh. Fungals and Neurals and the Amatos go off first.
Assimilation successful.
Continue fighting. Continue fighting. Take down the infestors. The Corruptor ball is just too big. And the battle cruisers all end up completely dead. The tactical jumps on cooldown because it was forced to be used by Serral, rather. This is great. This is a great match here. Losing the BCs. He's still producing them, though. He's not going to be dissuaded from making more of those dudes. Resources lost here. 14,000 for TY, 10,000 for Serral. But as these games turn into super huge macro style, TY with a better income. Again, what I was saying before I was interrupted is you can get a super max, as Artosis calls it, wherein, okay, well, this base is dead. Lingbane Ravager, pretty good. Where you kill all your SCVs and you just use mules for your income for the most part. Like, you have some SCVs for gas, obviously, and then you can have a massive army for the rest of your supply. So army supply can really start to creep up here as TY starts sacking more SCVs. I think he'd be more comfortable if he was able to actually take these 2 bases. Like, I think he really wants to. Oh, that tumor's outside the scan radius and is going to be a problem for that orbital command. Abducting Liberators in, taking anti-armor missiles, though. That's not good. You don't want anti-armor when battle cruisers are around and Vikings and whatnot. BCs really like harassing this bottom base. It's kind of safe to get to is the whole idea. But once again, the infestors respond, and there's the teleport out. I mean, the tactical jump. Not really. A teleport. Righto, mate. Bile down on that Viking. Yeah, this creep tumor's been a huge pain in the butt for TY in the last couple of minutes here. 20 minutes in. We are nowhere close to being complete in this game. Who's going to be able to take the advantage? Nice anti-armor on most of those Broodlords. Bringing that armor down by 3. Really hurts. Nope, Raven goes down for its sins, gets abducted into the group and dies. Abduct, 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 abduct. Vikings trying to get hits off on the things that are anti-armor because the hits count for a lot more. Finally took out that pesky creep tumor over here that was really paying for itself in that it was free. Nobody's really attempted to take this, I don't know, what's this, like a 7 o'clock base? 7 o'clock on the old clock there. This Viking ball, look at them go. My goodness, their upgrades though. Lift and get out of there. They have 3-3, so I mean, sure. You can accomplish some stuff. They don't take bonus damage from Banelings. What do they care about Banelings? Or Zerglings. These Vikings are boss. 11 kills, 6 kills, 12 kills, 8 kills, 13 kills. They're denying this base all by themselves. Battle cruisers catching a single swarm host that Serral had, or I assume that was a misclick. Oh, Burrow is done. It's been done for a long time. Look at these Vikings so bravely marching on in. They're going to get surrounded by Lings, though. That's a liftoff scenario. Killing Overlords. Not going to supply block Serral. Look at these BCs hiding back here. They know. They know that coming out is going to be too scary for them. And Serral, once again, hunting in this bottom corner. The attack in the middle just kind of ongoing, and nobody seems to be really gaining much ground here. Once again, Serral falling back. Oh, he hid. Did he just snipe off a Viper? I think he might have sniped off a Viper with that Yamato. I don't know. It does feel like Serral is kind of inexorably pushing up this way, though. Tumors are getting killed. Spores are getting killed by these tanks, which do have +1 attack, working on +2. There we go. +2 finishing up right this very second. Battle cruisers down to their favorite hunting ground in all of the Kaprulu sector. Gonna take down this hatchery for what I want to say is the 3rd time today, but probably just the 2nd. Vikings taken out. Top right base is established by TY. I mean, again, he just has more income here today, but Serral's units are pretty cost effective. The Infestors, the Vipers, the Broodlords. A lot of this is energy. A lot of this is free units. And long game, it's smart. It's really, really smart for Serral to play this way. This mass Viking stuff that TY is going for, I kind of love it. Oh, he's taking this base. Oh my gosh, he's taking this base. It's only a small group of Lings, which... Alright, so he's going to land in this mess. I mean, landing into a situation where you're surrounded by Zerglings is not ideal, but you know what? This is working. This is absolutely insane from TY. These little Viking hit squads are accomplishing stuff. Hatchery down again for Serral. Tried to throw it up without having sufficient defenses on it. And we are pushing up the middle. Some ground is being taken here by Serral. This planetary fortress has 58 kills. Viking ball coming in, trying to pre-split for the fungals that are coming. Can't quite engage with the entirety of the army. This one swarm host has, okay, a kill. That's gotta be just a miss hotkey. That's hilarious. Lings rolling into a base that is entirely undefended. That TY was trying to set up. That's a cancel. Man, if he just had some defense there, holding that base would have been a massive, massive victory. Once again, I don't think that SCVs dying is a big deal. Serral also losing drones and not replacing them, really. He has enough of a bank that it does benefit him to have fewer workers. Especially as his bases start getting mined out, which is definitely happening here. Trying to replace the base at the 7 o'clock or the 6:30, I suppose that would be. Ling's killing a bunch of SCVs because this technically up at the top right here isn't a planetary. It is an orbital with a planetary adjacent. Oh, burrowed infestors! Sneaking on in. Woo! You know what? They might survive this because there's nothing to kill them. Wait, did you jump over here? Oh, he jumped him. Oh. Oh. Serral jumped him over there where the Corruptors were. And then a second and jumps him over to where the Corruptors are. Serral. Absolutely amazing. Gets a Yamato off. Accomplishes a bit there. TY holding onto this base. TY holding onto this base. So TY has more bases. The thing is, the cost effectiveness of Serral's army is what is happening here right now. Even with the anti-armor, I don't know, man. Hey, remember when Infested Terrans were a thing? It's pretty much been decided that Infested Terrans weren't really the problem, right? Are we right about that? People are still mad about Zerg because they have Abduct and Fungal and other stuff. Yeah, this push looks pretty deadly from Serral. Anti-armor's consistently connecting here, but it's not really affecting Serral as much as I think TY would like it to. Ling's cruising on in, trying to make sure this is never an orbital command. Planetary has high-sec auto-tracking on the range, but it's not enough to actually protect these bases that are way that far away from it. So Serral pulls back, base down, good enough for him. This is a fairly well-mined out base, though. And the trick is that TY is holding on to these ones pretty darn effectively. Both players have massive banks. Serral's is at 11,000, 6,000. TY's at 4,000, 6,000 himself on the gas. Battle cruisers coming down this left side, trying to make sure this base will live. Dropping a mule to repair it is pretty amazing stuff. Anti-armor missiles just consistently connecting again, but it just doesn't matter. Zerglings running to their deaths. I mean, Serral doesn't want to lose stuff for no reason at this stage of the game, right? I really don't think he does. The Vikings are like, all right, we're going. Oh, I think they could have killed a couple more Broodlords there, but again, this is about trades. How much would you lose to kill those Broodlords, and can you afford to lose it? Well, that's an engagement. Got Parasitic Bomb tossed down on, oh, here we go, on the Vikings, as they're fairly stacked up. Liberators doing the can against the ground army here, but also the Corruptor Ball is just too much. Battlecruisers jumping in of their own volition. This is our chaos scenario. Neural Parasite getting tossed down on some of the Battlecruisers. Anti-air from the Infested Terrans doing serious damage here. That Battlecruiser escaped to 36 HP. That one is not quite so lucky. And the center push by Serral is accomplishing a lot right now. Tank fire, trying to get rid of these Infested Terrans. Vikings not really enough to stand up to all of this incredible onslaught. I mean, Serral's income is not great, although it's better than TY's currently right now. Bunch of mules getting dropped down, and we'll see that start to skyrocket here momentarily. Tanks desperately trying to handle these spores, but then Broodlings show up, and it's really bad news for TY. So he's down about 50 supply here. Army supply is about 50 higher for Serral too. Really feels like Serral has a good handle on this game. He's being patient. He's being slow. He's pulling back as more tanks are being produced. More Liberators are being produced. It's got retaking this base, and now taking this base that was a Terran base temporarily for about 45 seconds there. And this is what Serral needs to do if he's going to win this thing, is take resources, deny them from TY. Income back up in TY's favor, as again, the mules did their job and are now expiring. Ling's just trying to go take out stuff, take out everything in the main base, which they do have 3-1. They don't even have the... Wow. They only have one ground carapace. Interesting. So tanks should handle this pretty darn effectively. Got battle cruisers taking down another hatchery, attempting to do so anyway, but the sneaky investors show up again. And, oh! Did he jump out in time? Oh, he jumped out in time. And he got the hatch. What a boss maneuver there. Loving that. Yeah, I'm not sure that supply depots really matter as much anymore because there are so many bases So many orbitals just kind of hanging out here from TY. Continuing to produce battle cruisers 4 at a time here. Trying to be cost efficient with them. Lings, I mean, again, you had like 12,000 minerals, so Serral's going to continue to send you Ling attacks your way. Does he have adrenal glands? I was going to say, it doesn't seem like they do. Which is sort of hilarious for the 30-minute mark of a match. They don't have adrenal. So these are regular attack Zerglings, which are, you know, they're scary. They have +3 attack. But they don't have adrenal for that increased attack speed, and just doesn't matter as much. Oh, look at them burrow when they get discovered. Yeah, adrenal glandlings would have been way scarier, way more effective here. This spore is actually dying because it's off creep and burrowed. Army supply 151 to 154. Both players down to about 30 workers, which is amazing. TY has the better income. Having this base is huge for him, and continually denying this one is big for him too right now. Looks like there might have been some lag, which we were able to fix here. Which we don't have to experience because this is on a replay. Come back, music. We need you to be less atmospheric and more exciting here. There we go. This is a track that I like. Good Terran one. Blue Flame Hellbats coming in good against buildings, as I say all the time. I don't know if Queens can handle this necessarily. I mean, sure. There are 4 Queens. And there's Transfuses available. Yeah, Serral's just got this center path on lockdown. He owns it at this point. Little Hellbat attacks, though, from TY. I kind of like them. Tanks coming in, SCVs sacrificing their lives for this. Banelings. Trying to keep the Banelings alive. So, not losing the Banelings intentionally so. Man, more lag in this game, too. That's really annoying stuff. Tanks setting up. Taking down some spores and infestors. Kind of getting rocked there thanks to the scans. Oh, did Splash, though, another scan took down that infestor. More infestors going down. This is getting pretty intense here. Serral's death balls heading up to the top right. But this base is effectively mined out. I'm not sure how much TY cares about it, to be honest with you. Battle cruisers jumping into the south. And this base is going to die again, as all the infestors in this area got completely wiped out. We have some up to the north, but they can't help with this particular assault. So, again, this is a mined out base. This one is. This one is not from TY. So defending that would be nice for him, but not sure it's going to happen. More drones getting massacred, spores getting taken down at the same time. Another hatchery out. This mass Sky Terran army for TY is absolutely terrifying right now. Holy cannoli. Lings. Nowhere to be seen. It's all about the broodlings right now. And TY loses that top right base. That was really important to him for income. But there's nothing happening for Serral either, other than this really oversaturated base, which has died a few times. But it is still alive. So income here is going to creep down into Serral's side of things, as he's really the only one that has a base that is mining right now. Man, 33 minutes in, it's getting pretty insane. Anytime Serral's Death Ball attacks anywhere, though, it's accomplishing a lot. I mean, I guess he could try to deny this base. TY sort of hiding out. I'm not sure. He needs to defend this. His bank is down to 1,600, 2,800. It is not extremely great. Roach attack from Serral accomplishing some stuff here. It's going to come down to a battle. And I don't think Serral wants to engage without spores, so he's going to have to creep up this way to take this base down, which is going to take a little bit of time. And it can maybe be denied a little bit. Banshee's here to take down these roaches. You have a scan available? Maybe. Maybe not. Appears to be no. Actually, yes. Does have a scan available. Serral's trying to take this top right-hand base. Command Center's a little bit late to that party. Does TY just want to go for a base race would be my question. They say never base race a Terran. Gonna mule this as hard as he can. Liberator setting up. He's made his commitment. He's committed to defending this base at least for the time being, as the income does favor him there. Wings rolling in, Banshees with base defense, and maybe they could even head over here and take down this hatchery, possibly. Serral decides not to directly engage with this planetary, but these ones not a bad idea. Again, effectively mined out here. So taking down bases that are effectively mined out, not as big of a deal of taking down bases that still have a lot of resources available to them. Banshees with their +3 attack pretty quick on that hatchery. The Corruptors are responding, trying to save it, and they should be able to save it. The battle cruisers arrive. And base is toast. All right, how many hatcheries have died in this game? 8 hatcheries have gone down. 6 planetary fortresses, a command center, 4 orbitals. So many bases have died here today. 6 more SCVs have died. TY's down to 10 SCVs. The bank here for Serral pretty much tells us the whole story right now, I think. The battle cruisers, they don't have a jump available. They're going to Yamato everything they can. But they are backed into a corner, and they are dead. That's the problem with jumping to a location. It's nigh impossible to jump out of it. All right, so, Serral's income getting cut. I don't know, a little bit low here. Banshee's going after drones as well as they can. Running for their lives, never stop moving. Here's that creep pushing up to this base I was telling you about. Liberators and the planetary is going to have a lot of kills when all is said and done here. And the game crashed? Oh my gosh. What a problem-ridden map here. I mean, not the map, but just the game itself. They recovered it from a replay at 37 minutes. That probably took an hour. That was so long. Okay, not that long, but it probably took like 10 minutes. Sheesh, ridiculous, I say. At least they have the recover from replay. Can you imagine if this game ended now? That'd be insanity. Abducting a couple of the Liberators in. Double abducting to take that one down. Parasitic bomb. Landing the ones that are parasitic bombed. Not bad, actually. Killing a bunch of these tumors. Also not too bad. Didn't get that 4th one, though. God, really needed that 4th one. Landed Vikings going after this right side base. And you know what? With a tank, a couple tanks here especially, they might get some stuff done. Yeah, there's only a Ling Roach defense here. The tanks are going to be really, really good. And the Roaches decide to get on out. The attack, it is over, though. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen, up here in the bottom left-hand side. Planetary Fortress down. Creep is here. That means you're done. And really, that makes sense lore-wise, right? If a Zerg Creep is on your base, you're basically toast. There's no way you're winning that battle. Bottom right-hand base down. Killing these drones for TY would be insanely good. He needs to keep coming down this way if he can. God, the parasitic bombs have been saved up like crazy here. Anti-armor missiles are around. But unless you're actually getting hits off, it doesn't matter all that much. These Vikings need to... No, it's not. He's hiding successfully. Oh my gosh, he hit successfully. That's massive. Tank down because, well, can't leap up into the air. Army supply 169 to 103 supply. It is looking like the last days of TY here. He's trying to dig out some income from this planetary. He's going to get some, but he's down to 9 total minerals. Serral has a bank of 5,000, 3,000. It has been 89,000 resources lost for TY and 49,000 lost for Serral. I have never seen a game with 89,000 resources lost from one of the players. That is bonkers. Oh, TY, the trades by Serral today have been so stupid sick. I mean, he doesn't have any income right now. So, like, the fact that TY doesn't have any income doesn't really matter as much because Serral doesn't have much income either. But it's all about the bank. All about the bank. 4,000 for Serral. 100, 900 from TY. Once again, our Ling hit squad trying to get into the main base, I guess. I mean, killing expired refineries has got to be pretty low on your priority of stuff to kill. TY's just lifting the buildings here. Is he going for it? He got Broodlord. Kill the Broodlord. Instant land. Corruptor Ball's really, really big. Yeah, throw Lings and Roaches in your main base, killing all your stuff, you're generally having a bad time. Traditionally speaking. Yeah. Mining here from Serral, mining here from Serral, mining here from Serral. Too much income. It is an economic game far too often. Here we go. He's using the buildings to kind of mess with the AI here of the Corruptors. Can they do it is the question. Golly, the abject chaos here. Too much, though. Too many Corruptors, not enough Vikings. Auto turrets doing what they can, but Serral gets your win in 41 minutes and 0 total seconds in a game that was recovered from replay, that was paused twice for lag issues, that resulted in TY losing 103,000 resources. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that match. That was insane. God, that was a ton of fun. Woo! Good stuff, man. I mean, again, 103,000 resources lost. What is that in Terran terms? Well, it's 21 battle cruisers, it's 30 liberators, 32 tanks, 124 Vikings, 7 Banshees, 109 SCVs, all of the bases, 8 planetary fortresses, 6 orbitals, 2 command centers, 18 refineries. That is what 100,000 resources lost looks like. On the other hand, Serral lost 9 hatcheries. It is really hard to lose 9 hatcheries in a game and win as a Zerg player. I can tell you that much from personal experience. 5 Broodlords died, 35 Corruptors went down. How many at the end of the game? Still had 16, with another few on the way there. So it's 17 Infestors, 32 of them died. So again, it's just a game of trades, man. It was income, it was trades, it would who could hold on to the biggest bank at the end of the game. Serral had 2,000, 3,000, which was more than enough. Plus, he had income. Not a lot of income, but he had more income than TY had at that moment, and that was the big deal. Man, fantastic. Fantastic stuff. I don't know if that gets an epic tag. I think that gets an epic tag. Just solely for how long it is. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think this is an epic tag, and I'll add it. But otherwise, it was a great game. I'm not saying it was a bad game by any stretch. It was a great game. But I don't feel like there was ever a point where TY was really going to win it. It felt TY was harassing good early. It felt like it was anybody's game there for a long time, and then Serral just kind of took over, and then it felt like it was his game. Never felt like TY was going to win the game, which is one of my criteria for epic. I just feel like both players need to feel like they're going to win the game at some point, right? At 5 minutes, it feels like this person. At 10 minutes, it feels like this person. Back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, whatevs. We're done for today. Thank you so much for watching yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This has been Falcon Paladin. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.